Need a little help in your homeschooling journey? Today we're going to talk about how allied health professionals can help you in your homeschool. Stay tuned to learn more.
I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago.
Hi, I'm Kimberly, a licensed professional counselor of over 20 years and a homeschooling mom for 5 of those years. I am also the founder and CEO of the Homeschool Counseling Network, your resource for finding all sorts of professionals to help guide you and your family through the ups and downs, twists and turns of homeschooling, something I am very familiar with myself. In our previous video, we talked with you a little bit about the various different types of alphabet soup of helpers. We introduced you to master's level professionals, MD level professionals, and doctoral level professionals, and let you know what the different types of services these different professionals can offer to you and your family and support you in your homeschooling journey. Today, we're going to talk about allied health professionals. Allied health professionals are related professionals who also provide a very important service in helping support what I call the giant treatment team that we have when we are helping our kids who face learning challenges or who face difficulties. And that can be anything from a learning disorder, that can be an anxiety disorder, that could be struggling with managing big feelings, that could be special needs. So it is important that we have all of these different professionals here with us to help us along the way. If I've learned anything as a mom and as a professional counselor, I don't know it all. I am never going to know it all. But you know what? I don't have to. I surround myself with people who know more than I do. That is the purpose of the Homeschool Counseling Network, to bring these types of resources and this information to you free of cost. So if you like the content that you see in our videos, please consider clicking the like and subscribe button. Now on to allied health professionals. What are these allied health professionals? Well, we talked about in our last video, licensed professional counselors, social workers, clinical social workers, licensed marriage family therapists, psychologists, psychiatrists, and even nurse practitioners, PAs, or physician's assistants, all of those different professionals who work in the realm of mental health. But we also have an extended support network of professionals who also serve a very important purpose. Today, we are going to introduce you to a few of those. For starters, we have addictions counselors. And here is some information on addictions counselors, their educational background, and the populations they serve. have art therapists. Art therapy is a mental health profession. Here's some information on art therapists. We also have Christian counselors, and sometimes they are also licensed. So here is a little bit of information on Christian counselors and the duties they perform and the populations they serve. We have, of course, professional educators. Here's some information on them. So for this segment, instead of going to a professional educators association, which most of those are unions, which I have been in both when I worked in public education, and it was not a good experience. And since most homeschoolers are not fans of, myself included, of doing school at home. We home educate because we want to do things our own way and on our own terms. I decided not to define professional educators by going to a professional educator site. Instead, I went to one of the best resources that I turn to, which is the Homeschool Legal Defense Association. And here they have all sorts of wonderful resources and different questions. What qualifies you to be a homeschool parent? Or an educator, or to home educate your child? The fact that you are their parent and that you are willing to acknowledge that you do not know it all, and you can surround yourself with those who do. There are plenty of former public educators, private educators, who are now home educators, but they will even be the first to tell you that they don't know it all and they never will. So that is why you have wonderful resources such as the HSLDA and other wonderful homeschool resource websites, including the Homeschool Counseling Network and it's onlyhomeschooling.com, and Sped Homeschool to help fill in those gaps. So this is where I go to when I want to answer questions, or when I have questions and when I need support. I also turn to social media and Facebook and any of the other social media that you have out there. The point is that there is comfort in community, and you do not have to do this on your own. So this was a little bit of a switch where when I talked about what a public educator is or a professional educator is, the truth is when you are home educating your child, you do not have to be a professional educator to do so. We also have music therapists. Nothing soothes the soul quite like music, and it can also be very therapeutic. Here's some information on music therapists. Next, we have a profession that has been in our lives personally since my son was about 2, occupational therapists. Our OT has been a part of our lives for so long, she's pretty much like family now. And here are the duties that an occupational therapist performs and how they can serve you and your community. our list are physical therapists. This is another professional that has been in our personal lives since my son was the age of 2. Okay, 2.5, almost 3, I guess, is when we really started therapy. For a little bit of my story and background on why we needed to seek out services for OT and PT, I'll put a card up here where it talks about my family's history and my son's background with developmental coordination disorder, also known as DCD or dyspraxia, something I am a huge advocate for speaking about as well, especially on my sister website. It's only homeschooling.com, but I'll also put some information in the description box below so you can learn more about it. You might be surprised if you recognize some of these signs or symptoms in your child as well. But I'll put some information on that for you, that our PT and our OT as well have been, that their therapy crew has been a part of our family since our son was 3. Next on our list, we have professional life coaches. And here's some information on professional life coaches. Next on our list, we have rehabilitation counselors. Here's some information about rehabilitation counselors. Next on our list is something that I have done as part of my career and back in my history, school counselors, sometimes also known as guidance counselors. I was a guidance counselor for almost a decade. I almost made it. And so I actually worked in middle school, and I was kind of stuck in 7th grade forever. I never got promoted out of 7th grade, and they're an interesting crew. My son's in 5th now, and so I am, it's going to get real soon. When he approaches 7th grade, they're just at that critical stage of development. If you have a 7th grader at home, You feel me very deeply right now. There's some information on school counselors. Next on our list is not a profession that we've ever had to use, but they go hand in hand with OTs and PTs. We have, my college roommate was one, by the way. Shout out to Erin, my college roommate. Speech language pathologists. And here's some information on speech language pathologists. So, this list, although quite long and even more alphabet soup, hopefully it kind of teases apart a little bit on the different professions that you will see featured on the Homeschool Counseling Network. Hopefully it will also give you a little insight into the different services and different duties and different jobs that these different professionals provide. A lot of times their services can overlap. A lot of times our OT would do things that the PT would do, or vice versa, because they all kind of go together and they complement one another beautifully. But even though the jobs they may do are slightly different, certainly do not discount the work that they do. I'm going to put all of this different information that I've listed here today with links in the description box below. So comment if you have any questions on if you could ask any one of these professionals a question, because we are going to have these professionals coming up very soon on our Coming Soon Homeschool Counseling Network podcast. We would like to know what you would like to ask these types of professionals as a community. That is what we are here for, to help get your needs met, your questions answered, and to help give you support. So coming up next on the Homeschool Counseling Network, we're going to talk about the different types of therapy practices that are out there. We've talked about the different types of professionals, the different degree requirements that they have, and the different jobs that they do. Now we're going to talk about the different types of therapies that are available and what providers provide those therapies. So if you want to know more about that, be sure to click the like and subscribe button and come be a part of our village. We're glad you're here. Bye-bye.